Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good night. Hope you've had a great week. Um, I just wanted to come on because I got a lot of text messages and calls about just people are going through it because of so many things happening. And by the way, if you guys hear any noise, and not noise, but if you hear any shooting, it's because it's Friday night, and in my neighborhood, I guess the way they celebrate is that they shoot. So you may hear gunshots. Um, it was several before I actually started the live. So I live in Baltimore. I'm so used to it. It's like the rain coming from the sky. So if you hear anything in the background, that's what it is. They're shooting, and according to my neighborhood, the neighborhood thing that comes out, what is it called? I forgot, neighborhood or something. Somebody got shot. So they just sent that out on that thing. But anyway, um, don't forget, before we get started, don't forget tomorrow is community church. We're at 401 North Howard Street in the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. We'll be there from 11 to 12:30. So make sure you come out tomorrow. It's going to be really interesting because all of the news that's been going on this week, I'm like, wow, that fits right into what I'm going to be talking about. John says some on DC 2 weeks before 4th. Oh, he said same in DC 2 weeks before 4th of July. Yeah, John, this ain't the 4th of July thing. They shoot over here all the time. This is Baltimore City. They shoot all the time. Like it's normal. I was sitting on the porch a few days ago, um, talking to a friend of mine who lives in Florida, and I had to tell him to hold on because I had to run in the house because they started shooting. So what you learn to just get up and move. And they also race up and down the street here. So you'll hear all kinds of noises in the background. Um, no, I'm not outside. I'm actually in the house, but that's what I live through every day. It's sad when you get to a point where you live in a place and you just hate living there. Like I actually hate living where I live. I do. I hate it. Have a really nice place, but hate it. Nobody actually have to live like we live in this city of being afraid. So anyway, a lot of stuff is going on this week. A lot of stuff, and I just wanted to talk about it because I think I try to provide a platform where people can vent. Wish they had that back when I was going through my stuff because I would have been on somebody's talk show or whatever every day. John said, "Come to Eastern Shore." You know what? I have some friends that live on the Eastern Shore, and they said the same thing. I actually used to live on the Eastern Shore growing up because my dad, we traveled a lot, and we lived in a lot of different places. And one of the places was the Eastern Shore. I went to Bennett High School, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Um, so sometimes I use this platform as a way for people to vent because there's so much stuff going on in the news. There's so much stuff going on every day. And sometimes people just need to come on and just yell through the screen. So I try to provide the space for that. So if there's something that's been going on, and sometimes God just tells me to go live. Like I didn't feel like doing no live tonight, but it was like He just kept telling me like, go live because sometimes people just need to listen or just need to hear somebody else's voice, or they just need to vent. So a lot of stuff has been going on this week. One of the main things is like in the news. This is why y'all gotta come to community church tomorrow because I'm gonna break it down tomorrow. I might need to. I might need some security tomorrow because I'm gonna break it down and tell y'all exactly what's going on, so everybody can stop stressing. So one of the things that's big in the news today, like it's just really crazy, is the whole Roe versus Wade thing. And I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow at the community church. I'm not going to really go into too much of it now, and I did a video earlier about it. But the thing is, and I'll say this again, like I said earlier, I believe that I'm sorry, I was looking at something. I believe that people have the right to make their own decisions. Women have the right to make their own decisions when it comes to your body. It's the same thing. I feel just as strongly about that as I do um, being a black woman. And I had to be given the right to vote when I'm an American. Um, my uh, family members and some that are still alive. My mom, in my mom's day, she wasn't allowed to vote. My mom is 83 now, so she went through that period of, not being able to vote. My dad couldn't vote. And so I feel like we live in a country and we live in the United States where we should be allowed to make our own decisions. Now, some of y'all not going to agree with that because I know a lot of people, they were out there clapping and everything. I heard all kinds of really um, unnecessary comments that people were making about, women need to keep their legs closed or these things would be happening. Let me tell you something. I talked to a lot of women. Some of these women were keeping their legs closed. Some of these women were raped. There are women that I have talked to, counseled, who have been raped by their father, by family members. Um, they've gotten pregnant. Um, the depression alone of going through the abuse was a lot. And on top of that, you're carrying a child that does not, that wasn't conceived, in a way that we want to conceive our children. We want to be with somebody that we love. And, well, I guess they're still doing that because I see people having babies like they eat food. So I don't know. I'll say back in my day, you wanted to, conceive a child with somebody that you loved and cared about so you could raise your children. For some women, the way they get through those things is they had abortions. They couldn't deal with that and having the child, the mental stress and strain of it alone was too much. I'm not going to go too deeply into that because that's not what I want to spend my time talking about. But I just wanted to share that to help people to understand. I get so tired of people who have not dealt with certain things and issues always running their mouth and having so much to say. It really irritates me. Like, you know so much about a situation that you've never gone through. You have so much to say, telling people they need to close their legs, but have you ever been raped? Has somebody ever molested you? Have you been in a situation where you've been impregnated and you're dealing with how it happened and you're dealing with the fact that you're having a child and you're dealing with the people making fun of you and talking about you? Have you ever been through that? Then shut up. Like, some just shut up. I get so tired. Like, it's so hard for some people to just mind their business. I'm a woman of peace. And the one thing that's a pet peeve for me is when people don't mind their business. And when you know more about what I've gone through than I know, it just bothers me. So I've been watching this whole thing with Roe versus Wade, and not once, I've surfed the channels and stuff, but not once did I hear a woman who was so happy about the decision being passed. Not once did I hear that woman saying that she had gone through anything as far as what I've mentioned. She was just happy that these women were happy that the decision had been passed. So, okay, we're going to carry on. But like I said earlier, they could pass that decision to the high heavens. And I'm so glad I was watching NBC News because I know some people think I'm stupid, but I'm not. I was watching NBC News, and I was so glad when it was a doctor on there, and the doctor said her fear, her fear is that women are going to start having illegal abortions. Didn't I say that in my earlier video? For those of you who are watching, people are going to start having illegal abortions. Women are going to be dying because they're going to be doing stuff the wrong way, taking stuff that they shouldn't take. Because we already know that once this thing, really gets some legs on it, and the states start banning abortions, there's going to be people coming up with pills, making up stuff. This will help you get an abortion. People going to be dying. It's going to be all kinds of craziness going on. Come to community church tomorrow. I'm going to share all of that with you tomorrow. I be telling y'all right from this chair. Told y'all a lot of stuff that was going to happen after the pandemic. And people just like in la la land. And it's happening right now. I said all of the stuff that's happening, it's happening right now. And I'm telling you, with this whole abortion thing, but like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it because I'm going to talk about it tomorrow at Community Church, 401 North Howard Street in the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. We'll be there from 11 to 12:30 now. The other thing and by the way, before I move on, Joe Biden was awake today. Praise the Lord. Because sometimes I think Joe Biden is asleep. I think he really does not know what's going on. So somebody woke Joe Biden up today, and he realized that they made this decision. They passed the Roe versus Wade decision. So Joe is awake, and Joe is not happy about it. And then, have y'all seen Kamala Harris? Because I haven't seen her. I know she's the vice president, but I don't see her. Kamala showed up at the White House because I haven't seen her in a while. She actually showed up. So the president and the vice president are now awake, and they're aware of the situation that's going on in the United States. So whatever medicine y'all gave to Joe Biden today, please keep giving that to him so he can stay awake. He looked very alert today. He was very alert. Yes, she did. I saw her, John. She spoke. Yes, John, she spoke. Because, like I said, I haven't seen her. Maybe it's just me. I try to look at the news a lot, but I haven't seen Kamala Harris. But both of them were awake today. So wherever she's been, she's back. Joe Biden is awake. So now he knows what's going on. He looked really alert today because I said Joe Biden sometimes looks like he is fast asleep, standing up on his feet at the microphone. But he was awake today. Just so much going on. So the other thing, for those of you, now some of you don't live in Baltimore, so you may not know what I'm getting ready to talk about with this next story. But let me just tell you, if you live in Baltimore City and you live to see another day, you just have to thank the Lord. Because when they say tomorrow is not promised to you, tomorrow is not promised to you. Who is this? I'm waiting on my invite to speak. Okay, we have to stop and address Preacher Boy Grant. Let me put his comment up here. So Preacher Boy Grant, I don't know that we've met. You The community church is not where you just come and speak. You have to actually sit down and talk to me. Um, it's an actual church, so you have to come and talk to me. I don't know that I know you. I think you have like commented on some of my stuff, um, but you said you're waiting on an invite. Okay. Oh, Davin. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. That clears it up because I'm like Preacher Boy Grant. Okay. So Davin, the way that we do this is we have a conversation and we'll talk about it. Okay. All right. And good hearing from you. So John says, "Amen. We are losing a generation of young men." Yes, we are. Um, Davin, you made me forget what I was saying just now. Now I got to go back and think about it. But anyway, so in Baltimore, where I live at, there is constant crime. Okay, I'm talking about it's still the same person. I'm talking about crime that some people probably wouldn't believe. So, for example, when I tell some of my friends that that the amount of crime and the amount of shootings that I hear just in my neighborhood alone, they're like, "Oh no, it can't be that bad." I'm like, "Yes, it is really that bad." I had to literally wait to sit here and do a video. I had to wait for them to stop shooting because they were just bang, 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 pop, 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 pop. So I had to wait until they finished because I didn't want that on my live. But this week in Baltimore, there's a guy named Trevor White, or what? There was a guy named Trevor White, and this thing really hit me hard because we are losing so many people and young people um, as well, but just people in Baltimore City. I don't know, people who are watching, I don't know what your city is like, but like I said, if you live here and you actually get to live to see another day, like that's more than a blessing. I don't ever wake up, I wake up praying. I'll put it this way, I wake up every day praying that um, I make it to Friday. Because Friday, it is just not promised to you. No day is promised to you. So I want to just give my condolences to Trevor White. I want to read something to you about him. It's okay, Davin, you're good. Trevor White was an entrepreneur and leader in Oliver neighborhood revitalization. He died at 40 years old. Now, the sad part about it is that we had an AFRAM festival. And for those of you, you may not know what AFRAM is, but it's like an African American festival where everybody gets together. They share their gifts and talents, and people are what are they called? Vendors are there, all kinds of stuff going there. It's really nice. I didn't go because it ain't safe. For me, I feel like it's not safe, so I didn't want to be caught up in anything because you never know what's going to happen. Trevor was actually, I watched him. I know him. He was actually at AFRAM doing a um, interview. I forgot the guy's name that was interviewing him. It was a really good interview. And he was talking about how people had told him not to do any business in Baltimore. And he said, I love my city. No, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to build my business. He wanted to help people. He had a plan for the young people mentoring program. He did taxes. His bar and grill remix right downtown in Little Italy. Him and his friends had that restaurant. He talked about that. It was a really, really nice interview. A few hours later, at 4 something in the morning, he was shot multiple times right around there at his house, getting out of his car. So it says Trevor White, a certified public accountant, a leader in the comeback of the Oliver neighborhood, and a former Boston College defensive back, died of gunshot wounds Sunday outside his home in the lakeside section of Ednor Gardens. He was 40. Baltimore City Police said he died. His death remains under investigation. Now, that's the sad part because they never find out who did these things. He was a father of three. People say that he was an energetic entrepreneur who had opened a stylish East Pratt Street restaurant in Little Italy last year. He remodeled the property formerly known as Villagia's. Trevor balanced his singular talent. He had an entrepreneurial spirit and a deep commitment to creating healthy communities. He wanted to make things right in Baltimore. He wanted to fix the wrongs. He was trying to help the families of East Baltimore. And this man was killed at the age of 40. For what? For what? Just these senseless killings and more children growing up fatherless. It's really sad. So my condolences to his family. They wrote a really nice post on social media about him and just asking that, people would give them their privacy because it was a shock for them. Nobody said anything, people were like, he wasn't really into anything that would cause him to be shot. But I do know this: there's a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy. Once you start getting out there and doing the things that you do, people say stuff. And I personally have really decided to just pull back. I'm going to let people have it. I'm not losing my life. I'm going to let people have it. Um, I have limited my services, my time, my attention. I don't go to a lot of stuff anymore. I don't socialize with people a lot anymore because I see people disappearing and I don't want to be one of those people. And it seems like once you once it looks to other people that you're doing things and you're out there and you're growing, people start getting mad and people start losing their lives. So I've just decided to pull back. So, that's why people are like, oh, we haven't seen you out here, and you won't. You won't. I'm not losing my life because if people don't care about their communities, the school, the children, you can't expect me to be out there fighting and rah rah and have my camera and stuff up, and you you're not out there fighting. So I've cut back on doing that and redirected a lot of things that I was doing because I used to be out there every day on the street. But as I see people being murdered, killed, some people are killed because they are caught up in stuff. But there's a lot of people who just get caught in crossfire. Joyce Butler, we prayed for her last week. Her niece and nephew were shot sitting on their steps. Like things are just, the city is crazy. So the other thing is that if you follow sports in Baltimore, it's really sad, y'all. It's really sad. In Baltimore, we lost two Ravens players this week, and one of them was Jalen Ferguson. It says Jalen Ferguson died after authorities found him unresponsive late Tuesday in a North Baltimore home. He was 26. Officials have not released a cause of death, but Baltimore police said Wednesday that investigators have not ruled out the possibility of an overdose. What the heck in the ham sandwich is going on? These young men have to understand that when you get to a certain level and you start making money, you can't go back. The only thing you can do is really, if you want to give back to the community. Give back to the community. But when you go back and you're engaging in the same thing that they're doing, somebody got to talk to our young men. And I do a lot of talking, but I'm a female. And men, y'all really got to step up and get out here and talk to these young men to help them to understand that you cannot live your life like that. You're a Ravens player. You out here making money. You can buy whatever you want, do whatever you want to do. He was 26 years old, had three kids. You could do whatever you want to do, but you choose, and that's why community church is really important. I know I keep saying community church because at community church we deal with that brain. Because if your brain is not right, your body is going to be out of order. And so every week when I'm up there talking, we're dealing with you and your brain. Now, he evidently, I don't want to say that they people did or didn't, but who were the people in this young man's corner? Who was he traveling with that nobody picked up? Because see, he didn't just start going to that neighborhood on Tuesday. Who was in his group that did not say anything to tell him that he shouldn't be doing what he's doing? So he is now gone, and you left your children fatherless. 26. It's just, it's so sad. It's so sad, and I am tired of seeing it. I'm really tired of seeing it. Um, so he was 26 years old, and I was hoping that they weren't going to come back and say, it was an overdose or whatever. But I remembered when they reported that he died, they said that it was not foul play. So that right there told me that Jalen was doing some stuff that he probably shouldn't have been doing. Now I'm going to have this conversation one day about these drugs, this weed that people rolling up smoking. You don't know what's in it. You getting it off the street, and everybody want to use, oh, it's medicinal. No, it ain't, because medicinal weed and the weed on the street smells totally different. I'm not stupid. It smells totally different, and y'all just inhaling all of this stuff into your body, not knowing what it's doing to you. Now, this young man is gone. 26 years old, Ravens linebacker. He's gone, and it's sad. It's really sad. Tony Saragusa also played for the Ravens. Um, oh, we have comments. Let me go back. Uh, Van says, Dr. J, your sister been. She said, Dr. J, your sister been in trouble over here going through it. Phone broke, had to wait a week to get my phone and couldn't remember my password. So if you get a new friend request, it's me. Now I can still get on my old pages only from my tablet and my computer because I never closed out. Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. Then she said, yes, he was using drugs for pain. I knew his family. They come from Winchester area, and I know a lot of these guys because my son is an athlete. Um, and I know that a lot of them, because they want to play so bad, they get those cortisone shots. They take all kinds of medication. I don't know, Van, that that's what he OD'd from, because he was in what they say he was in East Baltimore, um, North Baltimore. Sorry, he was in North Baltimore. I don't think he died from his pain medication. I think Jalen was just, and what's his name? Oh shoot, I can't think of his name. Oh, man, he plays basketball, and I should remember his name. I see his face, I can't remember his name. He was always hanging in the neighborhood too, and it's okay to come back. It's okay to come back and, like I said, visit, help, maybe donate, be a mentor. It's okay to do those things. But when you come back, you've been elevated to another level. And then you come back and you engage in those same things that you left, that's a problem. That's why I say come to community church. Matter of fact, y'all can send all the Ravens to the community church. I'll talk to them. She said you would hate when his brother said he was going through a really bad breakup. Well, as they say, he may have been prescribed to it from the hits or injuries, but he took advantage of it because he got hooked on it. Right, and that could be true, but he didn't live in North Baltimore. That's what I'm saying. So you were in a place that you don't live, and you were in an area that the police are questioning. Why were you Ravens, Jalen Ferguson, Ravens player? Why were you in that particular area? That's the question. So we're gonna keep Jalen's family in prayer. Keep them lifted up. His children are fatherless now. We got to teach our young men how to make better decisions because we see it all the time. Another young man, I don't want to mention his name because I know him and he's a professional. Um, I don't even want to say what sports he plays, but he's a professional. Couple of them that I've talked to, I have prayed with, I have counseled. One of them is currently in prison. Had a full scholarship, had offers to play um, pro, and was about to go there and committed a crime and is now in prison, awaiting his trial. Another person was trying to say this without putting their names out there, but he plays sports and he is a professional player. He is a professional. If I say his name, you know what I'm talking about. He got in trouble last year. You cannot revisit. That's the one thing you can't do. When you've been removed out of a certain situation and you've been elevated to a certain level, don't go back and revisit. Unless you're going back to help, like I said, to help, to mentor, to give back. But when you go back and you engage in those same activities, that's a problem because that means you have not you've been elevated, but up here in your brain, you still the same person. You're still the same person. Hey, Dorothy. Well, Dorothy, the topic tonight is there are multiple topics because the world has just been so crazy this week. So I'm just kind of running through different stuff. And like I said earlier, if you have something that you want to add, because I try to, like I said, I try to use this platform for people to vent because I'd rather see you vent and yell and scream on this page or on this platform as opposed to going out shooting somebody, getting into fights and arguments and stuff. Just yell and scream it out right here. Just get it out. Let's talk about it. So that's what we're doing tonight. So Jalen Ferguson, um, he passed away on Tuesday. 26 years old. Like I said, has three children. We also lost Tony Saragusa. Y'all, he was 55 years old, and I'm not really a football person. I'm a basketball mom. I love basketball. Uh, but I'm not really that much into football. I know a little bit about it. I know just the Ravens players because I'm here in Baltimore, but I'm not really into it like that. But Tony Saragusa, I actually watched him. I got to learn more about him. I got to learn more about Tony Saragusa when he started becoming a commentator, and I really loved him, his humor and everything. So he passed away at 55. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? So we wanna we wanna we wanna give condolences to both of those families, and they Ravens family. So condolences to them. I don't know what happened to Tony Saragusa. I'm not really sure because they didn't say, unless you guys heard anything else. But he seemed like a really nice guy. Uh, but they didn't, they haven't said anything about him. Um, so yeah, so that's going on in Baltimore, and I saw a lot of people talking about that. A lot of people who are like diehard Raven fans were really hurt and upset with Jalen, like the younger generation was hurt and upset about Jalen, and people who watched Tony Saragusa were in shock about that, and it's just sad. He had a family as well, and it's just really sad. Um, Out in Calvert County, where we don't hear about a lot of stuff going on. Um, Dorothy says he was a big teddy bear. He was. We love him. Yeah, he seemed like a really nice guy. Never met him in person, but he just had that on the screen kind of thing where it was like he was a big teddy bear. Like you could just go up and talk to him and seem really personable. So that's sad. 55 is young, and 26 is definitely young. It's just sad. That's why I said you never know where you're going to. I mean, you never know. John said, "Good man." You never know when you are not going to be here, and it's just really sad. She said, "What's up with the young dude? What's up with which one are you talking about? Jalen? If you're talking about Jalen, he actually died on Tuesday. He was 26." And what they're saying is that it wasn't foul play. It looks like it was an overdose. So that's what we were talking about with him. And I hope that as our young men enter into sports now, my son, I had him in organized sports since he was in fifth grade, and then he played in the NCAA. I saw a lot of stuff that these guys are doing, and they're offered so much. When my son played, he played all 4 years in the NCAA, and when I would go to his games, like they were already being treated like they were in the NBA. They had money to spend. The hotels were fabulous. They were better than mine. Food, they doctors at their disposal. Like they didn't have to do anything. He really had a great basketball career, college career. And like he was saying, Mom, he was like, if I never go to the NBA or anything like that, like he lived it. People standing outside the locker room waiting for them to come out to sign stuff. Girls, want to do what they want to do. And so I would go to different places. I went to the when they had the basketball tournament in California, and so these guys are offered so much, even at a young age, and then to leave college and go into playing pro, and all of a sudden you go from not having money to having money. You go to not being able to buy anything because your credit stinks to being able to just buy whatever you want, call whoever you want, get whatever you want. I think that's a lot for our young people to deal with, and if they're not prepared mentally, they're going to make some mistakes, and some of the mistakes may be deadly. Or like I said about a couple the other two young men that I was talking to, who are professional players. I don't want to say what they do, but they are professional players, and if I said their names, you would know who they were. Um, but one is back playing. Um, the other one is in prison, awaiting his court his trial date. So I think, and both of them are under 20. I would say they're around 26, and so we have to really. It's important, and even if you're a parent and your child is going into these leagues and going to play pro or whatever, like you gotta be on top of it as well. Don't get so caught up in the money, but be on top of them. Talk to them because that is a lot for them to handle. Even though you're proud and all of that, and they're excited, but who remembers Lynn Bias? Y'all remember Lynn Bias? I actually had a chance to sit down and talk to his mom shortly after he passed away, and just talking to her, like he was a great kid. But Lynn Bias had gotten drafted to go play basketball. And he went to a party. He went to a party after he got drafted, went to a party and lost his life from taking drugs. Just like that, you know? So, And in talking to his mom and dad, that's not the kind of home he came from. But you know, our kids get excited. They want to party. They want to go out with their friends. They want to have fun. And we have to teach them that it's okay for you to have fun, but use your brain and think about what you're doing. You're not just living for that moment. And they get so excited. And there was another player, I think it was a female. Um, I forgot who it was, but same thing. Got drafted, I think, into the WNBA, and she ended up dying. You know, they put themselves in the wrong places, and so let me go back to some of these comments. Um, who's this? Van said, my doctor asked me if you wanted to try the the medical marijuana. I cannot inhale. I'm sorry, and my brain cannot take any more trauma. I really appreciate when folks say I don't look sick, and I say God has blessed me, but has never shown me any wrong, no harm. So I won't be drinking or using. But because I'm a black woman, it's so easy to fall short of trying to use because of the high rate of mental illness. It's so high, we become vulnerable. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't come down hard on anybody who wants to do medical marijuana. You know, that seems to be the new medication for people, medical marijuana. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. It's been offered to me, you know, in my sickness. I said absolutely not, because I always want to be in control of my thinking. And I still believe, you know, I'm not a medical doctor, but I still believe when you smoke medical marijuana, and I'm saying it because I have several friends, several who smoke medical marijuana. And I notice, and it is medical. It is, they do have medical. And I notice they are a little different when they smoke. And then they slowly come down. Some of them are tired. They're sleepy. You know, their eyes look a little heavy, and you know they moving a little bit slower. I don't want that. Same thing with medication. They've given me medication. If it's going to slow me down, it's a medication that I hate that they gave me when I had my stroke, and I said, let me just endure the pain. Oxycodone. Don't give me that. Let me endure the pain, because when my speech is slurred and I don't really know what's going on, and I'm nodding off, let me endure the pain. I always want to be in control of what's going on in this brain, but I don't. Like I said, if people want to do medical marijuana, or if you want to smoke marijuana, that's your business. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Um, Dorothy said Michael Jordan's camp um, had he lived. Oh yeah, yeah, right. Jamal, hey Jamal, he said the dynamics of life have changed. Oh Jamal, yeah, I got to answer Jamal's question from earlier. He said the dynamics of life have changed. We live in a materialistic society. It's all about the company that we all keep. A lot of people are followers and get caught up in the moment. That's right. John says, Mama, marijuana. I'm talking about mom. Marijuana causes major personality issues. Wow. Wow. Mm, you're right. I'm going to just put a period right there. Um, too many chemicals is killing folks' brains. Exactly, Dorothy. Exactly. Because, you know, people are like, oh, you know, my doctor said I need to take it. Well, just because your doctor said you need to take it doesn't mean that you have to do it. You don't. But like I said, if you're comfortable walking around slow and speech slurred, and you can't hardly stand up, and you think that you're normal, and other people are looking at you like, they look high or look like something's not right, that's on you. John said he's talking about Len Bias's mom. His mama is a shining example of turning a tragedy into good. She does so much in PG County. Love her. Yeah, his mom, like, oh man, when I met her, I was like, wow. I was just in awe of her strength because when I met her, it was so crazy. I was talking to her. Matter of fact, I was in college. I was in college when that happened, and the team that I was on, we invited her to come out and speak to a group of us college students, and she came. She was so nice and gracious. Um, and what was crazy is that I was interviewing back then and didn't even realize what I was doing. That's so crazy. But yeah, she was really nice woman, and then we continued to keep in touch. Lost touch with her, but she came to our college quite a few times whenever we called. Um, I'm sorry, Van said, I really cannot inhale when I smell incense smell. My head hurts. I have two sisters smoke. They smoke street marijuana. Just the smell makes my head pound so hard. I can't even think straight. I have to lay down. So no, I don't like people for doing it if that's what they enjoy. I don't block people for doing it. John said it is loaded with chemicals and toxins to hook certain communities. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Y'all digging into my sermon tomorrow, but thank you so much. You're so right. Um, in Baltimore City, there's certain parts that you can go in, and you would think that somebody was shooting a movie because the people on the street look just like zombies. They don't know what's going on, and it's so sad to see our young people, middle age, people my age, strung out. They got to get that little teeny bit of high. Life is so rough. They got to get that little teeny bit of high only to come back and deal with life again. Because life is not going anywhere. The problem is not going anywhere until you deal with it. And people out here just burning up money. I don't understand it. I really don't. And I keep telling women, I'm telling you, it irritates me. Black women walking around dressed up, hair done, nails done, outfit, eyelashes, eyebrows, makeup, everything done, and you smell like a bag of weed. And I keep telling these women, that is not perfume. That is not body oil. And you stink. And you walk around smelling like weed, and you're so used to smelling like that that you think it's normal. I don't want people like that around me. Sorry, I don't. Especially women. I don't hang around people that smoke weed. I don't. Women, the women in my life, no, they don't smoke weed. And if you do, I'm not knocking you. Do what you want to do. That's your business. You just won't be hanging with me because I don't want to smell like a bag of weed. It's just I cannot wait until community church tomorrow. I probably won't be able to sleep because the stuff that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, I'm just going to deal with a lot of stuff, and I'm going to really be breaking some stuff down because if people only understood what was going on, they would stop in their tracks. But you're so busy drugging, drinking, smoking it up that you're missing what's going on. That's why I can't wait until community church because I'm gonna break it down for you. And once I break it down for you, you won't ever be able to say I didn't know because I'm gonna make it so clear for you tomorrow that if you continue doing what you're doing, then you're the fool. FOOL with an exclamation point and in capital letters. When you truly understand what's going on, I'm gonna break it down tomorrow. I'm not even gonna get into it tonight. So anyway, moving on. Gas prices. Now let me say this. Mm, I don't know. Like, can y'all get around? Because my son and I, we were out today, and I saw a gas price for $5.99. Now, why didn't they just go ahead and add the penny and make it $6? What we doing? $5.99? Just go ahead and say $6. I'm supposed to feel good because you said it's $5.99. Gas prices are unbelievable, and so, like I said, I'm gonna break it down tomorrow. I can't. I keep getting ready to go into, but I'm gonna share it tomorrow. Community church gas. I said what? After a while, people will not be able to drive to work. You will not be able to, because by the time you fill your tank up and go to work, you're gonna be out of gas. Like, it's unreal how much gas costs. Unreal. Then food. Now, I my son isn't, he's an adult, so um John Falco, you better get out of my sermon. You better get out of my sermon, John Falco. But my son is 26, so he's grown. He eats whatever, he'll stop in and out. But so I don't go to the grocery store a lot. That's what I'm getting to. I don't go to the grocery store a lot. I eat, whatever. Not eat whatever, but I don't have to be in there cooking a whole bunch of food. But every now and then, but I love to cook. So every now and then, I'll just cook a whole bunch of stuff and invite people over. I did that a couple days ago. Y'all probably saw me, and I apologize. John Hansborough was doing his show. I'm in the background cooking, making noise. Didn't even realize I was doing it. I was just so into my cooking. But I had people coming over, and I just love to cook, and I just invite people over to eat it. Most of the time, I don't even eat it. Like, I'll eat a little bit, and that's it. I basically give it away. But the point I'm making is this: I went to the grocery store because I had to get some stuff because I decided, okay, I'm gonna do it, cooking and all of that. When I did not know how much food cost. I really didn't. Um, I just didn't know. And I think I was in shock walking up and down those aisles and looking at prices. A jar of mayonnaise, $9. Ketchup, $6. Like, these are the basic things that we use to make a sandwich, to eat a hot dog, a hamburger. I said, what in the world? I think I had 3 bags or four, and I spent $140 something. I'm going to get in the car. Like, what did I get? I got the stuff that was on my list, but what did I get for $140 something? It's just unreal. I don't know how much longer we can do this. The gas, because these are all the necessities. You have to have gas to get back and forth to work, unless you live in a section where people may start taking public transportation. We got to eat, and it's just unreal. Um, Dorothy says the Attorney General's office's job is to get these folks on fraud. What's up with them? Now, who's doing fraudulent stuff? Break that down for me. Who we talking about? What did I miss? I do know one thing I did want to say about the abortion thing is Marilyn Mosby in Baltimore and Brandon Scott, the mayor. Marilyn Mosby is our state's attorney. Brandon Scott is the mayor. They both said that they not down with that whole banning abortion. The women here can do what they want to do. I said, I know that's right, because everybody here do what they want to do anyway. So you probably ain't have to make that announcement. Everybody in Baltimore do what they want to do. We just put y'all in, well, not we. They just put y'all in charge of the city because that's what you're supposed to have on the paper. But Baltimore people do whatever they want to do. Um, yeah, John, the oil companies and I don't. I just, I'm like, we're not going to be able to sustain this much longer. I already know people who have said to me, Lady J, I can't even get to work. A lot of people that I know live in Baltimore. I know people that live in Baltimore who work in Annapolis, who work in Virginia, who work in Delaware. Like, people don't just work in Baltimore and they have to have a car to get to where they're going. They're like, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got a thing on my phone that somebody got shot. So I had to stop for a minute. Give me 1 second. Hey, I'm doing a live right now. Yeah, so they've been shooting in the neighborhood the whole time, since about 7 o'clock, and two people have gotten shot so far. So just be careful. Yeah, so be careful. Okay, all right, bye bye. So yeah, I always have to. Sometimes it's very sad. I'm just like, I will tell my son, "Don't come home." Ain't that sad? Go to your dad's house. Go to your dad's house, cause yeah, and you guys can't hear it, but the helicopter is circling around the house. Now this is normal stuff, so that y'all hearing this live. Um, but when I first started the live, somebody had gotten shot. Couple, not even a block down. I think across the street, going down the corner, and across the street, somebody had gotten shot. And I just got another thing on my phone that somebody else has gotten shot. Now I heard the shooting while I was doing the live, but so now the helicopter circling around. And for those of you who live in Baltimore, you know what I'm talking about. Normally, they shoot, you hear the police cars, and then helicopter or vice versa. So that's what's going on right now. Sometimes I just tell my son, "Don't come home. Go to your dad's." Ain't that sad? But that's just how it is. That's the reality. That's how we live in Baltimore. So those are things that people probably don't know because I don't really talk about it, but you just got to see it live. That's what I do every day. Um, so yeah, Dorothy, they are people shooting guns and firecrackers. Yeah, that's what's going on over here. And you know the crazy part? I was at my parents' house. Like, cause I go there every weekend. So last weekend I was at my parents' house, and they were out there because they I can't say where they live, but they don't have to worry about what I go through here. So they were out there shooting firecrackers, and my mother jumped. She's like, "What's that?" I said, I was sitting on the chair. I said, "Oh, that's just, they just doing fireworks." She said, "How you know that?" I said, "Believe me, my ears are trained. I'm on high alert at all times. I know the difference between fireworks, firecrackers, the little things they throw down in the street. I forgot what they're called, and bullets and guns. I know the sound of the shell cases hitting the ground too. It's sad. It's very sad. But that's how. Yes, we definitely. She said it right. You can tell the difference. I mean, that's what, and it's crazy because as I was sitting there and my mother, talking to my mother, I was like, it's sad that we're always on high alert in the city. Like, you have to be. Your ears are trained to hear. Like, you can hear people's conversations. You know when something's about to go down, even if you're in the car. Like, it's crazy. My ears are trained for that. So, and I know that every Friday and Saturday night, they like to shoot in my neighborhood. And they will shoot you, me, and everybody else that's walking. So I stay in the house. I don't go nowhere. I stay in. You can invite me to come out all you want to. I am not leaving these doors, um, because it's crazy. You got to get to the car, and then you got to get from the car back in the house. And I'm not going to take that chance. Let me see. Police are on the scene. Somebody got shot. Okay. I guess that person got shot. Let me see something, y'all. I'm just looking at. Let's see what happened. Please advise they have two victims. One shot in the back, and the other in the elbow. They are canvassing in the area for the third victim. Police have confirmed the man has been shot. Yep. So three people. I said one. Three people got shot. Oh Lord Jesus. Mm-mm. She said now three ring cams. She said we have three. Three. I just caught on to what she said. She said we have three ring cams, and she said, "LOL, it's pretty cool." You know what's funny? That is so hilarious because that's so hilarious because I feel like sometimes I just need to have ring cams all over my door. You know how they have those Christmas lights around the doorway, all around the door. I need to have ring lights because I need to get it from every direction, from all over the place. And then I need the ring doorbell as well. You know, for people that want to steal packages. Like it's crazy. This is war. This is like there. Well, there's the police cars. I told y'all how it works. Helicopters, and now the police cars are coming. That's how it works. Y'all may not be able to hear it, but yeah, they're out there. Um, sad. I feel crazy even talking about it, but that's just the reality. And so you know how things work. Somebody got shot. You either going to hear the helicopter or the police car first, or vice versa. But that's the order that you hear them in. And then they stand around and they can't find the person that did it. So back to what I was saying. Um, so it's crazy because you are always on a you always on this heightened state of you just always got to be aware and alert. It's like you can't ever relax because you always got to be worrying about what's going on. I never thought that I would be living in a place like I just never imagined that I would be living like this. When I think about my life, I always imagined that I would be in a very quiet place, just kind of relax and being able to lay back on my porch. I can't even sit on my porch. I can't. Um, I can't even. I just can't. It's too dangerous. Dorothy says, since I got the cameras, I never knew how many people walk through my alley at night, like all night. And you know what? Let me tell you something. My alley, they take people back there and beat them up. I've heard people back there screaming for their life, gunfire all the time. I said it's times like because a lot of places like we have to take out trash and when you take the trash out you put it in the alley. A lot of times I just wait for people to come and ask them can somebody take my trash because it's scary walking to the alley to just walking through your backyard to the alley to take the trash out. Like it's ridiculous. But that's Baltimore City. Um, so anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, I just had to let y'all know because if you hear something crazy going on, because I promise you, that's not going to be the only shooting for tonight, which is sad to say. That's not going to be the only one. It's going to be a lot of them. Last weekend, I think we had 13 shootings over the weekend, so that's not going to be the last one. The problem is you just hope that you're not one of the people that's in the lineup. So that's why I said I have really just pulled back from being out there because it's too much going on. Um, so I don't really be out on the streets like that. So anyway, What else was it? It was something else I wanted to tell y'all about because what else happened? Something else happened. Um. Oh! This is for the people in Baltimore. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is for the people in Baltimore. So the other thing before I tell y'all that too is that also on the weekends, this y'all probably like, where does she live at? On the weekends, it's really hard to drive on the main street where I live at because they use that as a raceway. So they probably get ready to do that now. She says, Dorothy says, you do feel that way taking out the trash. LOL, me too. I take mine out in the day. I know it's so crazy. Like it's just oh my goodness, it's so crazy. But y'all, this story right here, and I don't know why. And Catherine Pugh, I think, is out because she's been at events and stuff. I really like her. And I'm sorry that she, went through what she did. But anyway, so y'all listen, this story right here, really, I'm so she says a Baltimore thing, not lying. It's sad. You gotta be like OJ Simpson running through that backyard to take that trash and looking back and making sure ain't nobody coming after you. I mean, you gotta really take off. The crazy thing is, I was always a person, like before I had my strokes, I didn't do a lot in the city. I was always working away from the city. So I always wore heels and stuff every day, dressed up with my heels. When I'm in this city going to events, it's only tennis shoes. You keep me church, you're gonna see me some tennis shoes because I never know when I have to run. So I don't do no heels. But anyway, y'all, let me tell you something. Jesus, please talk to people that's in charge, please. I like this attorney, and I've been following his case. Kenneth, look him up. His name is Kenneth Ravenel. I really liked him, and I still did. I still did. But Baltimore defense attorney Kenneth Ravenel sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison for money laundering conspiracy. It says a high profile Baltimore defense attorney was sentenced Wednesday to 4 years and 9 months in federal prison for conspiracy to commit money laundering charge, the U.S. Department of Justice said. Kenneth Ravenel is 61, lives in Moncton, Maryland, was convicted last December after a 16-day trial. Evidence presented at the trial showed that Ravenel received drug money from his clients and associates, some of it in exchange for laundering money. It is estimated that he laundered over $1 million using his law firm's bank accounts. Prosecutors contended that Ravenel also used his firm's resources to arrange payments for two attorneys hired to represent other members of the conspiracy and to make investments on behalf of a client who was a drug trafficker. Jurors acquitted Ravenel of several other charges, including racketeering, conspiracy, narcotics, conspiracy to commit offenses against the United States, falsification of documents, and obstructing an official proceeding. Um, Attorney Joshua Treem and Sean Gordon, a private investigator who worked for Ravenel, were acquitted of charges including conspiracy to commit offenses against the United States and falsification of documents. Ravenel's sentence will be followed by 3 years of supervised release. What in the world is going on? What is going on? My head hurts just from my head is spinning from reading the story. What is going on? Let me just take a breath, y'all. You were one of the most powerful attorneys in the city. People know you everywhere. How much money do you need? I think that's always the question for me. So is it that when you make money, you just need to make a whole bunch more money? I don't understand it. I really liked this attorney. I was just like, OMG. If you don't know the story about Corinne Gaines, I'm not going to go into her story right now. Look up Corinne Gaines, Coryngaines. Okay? That was a story in itself. I think I talked about it when her stuff was going on. He was the attorney that was fighting for the rights after she was killed. Jesus be offense. 61 years old, and you're going to prison. Let me go back and read that again. Because this right here, this is what really got me. Let me go back. Because just this part right here. Evidence presented at the trial showed that Ravenel received drug money. Drug money. Aren't you trying to get the drug people off of? Evidence presented at trial showed that Ravenel received drug money from his clients and associates, some of it in exchange for laundering money. It is estimated that he laundered over $1 million using his law firm's bank accounts. If I hear this story one more time, if you're going to steal, if you're going to do X, Y, and Z, why are you using your accounts? Why? Please tell me. Like, I'm confused. I'm really confused. You don't understand how people can be so smart, so intelligent, but you're not using all of the brain that God has given you. You're just using a small portion of it. And again, we were talking about Jalen, the one that the Ravens player, whose death is questionable, overdose. If you do not learn how to understand where you are, you've been taken out of certain situations so you can elevate, so you can be great, so you can be a light, so you can have all of the things that you wanted. But then you continue to dibble and dabble in the places that you left, or you dabbling with people that you don't need to be with. And this is what happens. 61 years old, and you about to do a 4-year prison sentence. I'm done. And our black people, are y'all what is going on up here? What is going on that you keep falling in? If this is the thing, if you see that one of these people already fell, what you think it's not going to happen to you? You want to just continue to repeat the pattern? Like, is it a game to you? I remember Kwame Kilpatrick. Hey, this man, beautiful black brother in Detroit, had everything. Pretty much had people eating out of his hands. But he just would not do right. Y'all see these faces that Dorothy put up? That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. What in the world? And if you don't understand, again, I'm trying not to dip into my sermon for tomorrow. But if you don't understand that you're being set up and people putting people in front of you so you can fall, like that's exactly why I hang with me. You ain't gonna never see me with a crowd of people. And the people that's really, really in my life that's been rocking with me for years, like I'm talking about years and years, like 20, 30 years, they the people you will never see them. You will never see them. All these new people coming around, they want to be in your face, ha ha, laughing. Let me do the nope. Because I am allergic to bullets and prison cells. I was like, what? Let me go back to these comments. I really, really liked him. I love what he was doing in that Corinne Gaines case. And I thought that he was very courageous because a lot of people did not want to they didn't want to take on that case. Um, so Dorothy says the drug lords rattled on him, and John says positions of power breed corruption. Mayor Pierce, this attorney, need I go on? You're right, John, and that's right, Dorothy. She said that was bold. She said he did he did the cost out in the county. Oh, he did the case out in the county. Yeah, they did the protest and all of that. It was just like, she says black people need to stop this thing about doing. Now Dorothy cussing now. Dorothy, you know I ain't trying to cuss no more. This this thing about doing the um white people did and thinking they can do the same. Hello. Now I'm gonna leave a pin in that one. That's gonna be another subject because she hit on something right there, and that's the truth. Don't think that you can do the same as others do, because you're gonna find yourself looking through the glass and your family visiting you on the other side while them other people still going on vacation. Corinne's case could stand to be in question now because he's been. Oh, right, exactly. Exactly. They could question it, yep, because he's been convicted. That's right. Like it's and see when they do these things, they don't understand like when you do these things, you're affecting so many people. His wife. Man. And she said somebody could have killed the Ravens guy. Who knows? And that's true. Like again, when you taking stuff or you doing stuff, you don't know out of jealousy, you don't know what people putting in your stuff. Um, She said, my nephew says, always says, watch all, trust none. Exactly. To me, everybody's suspect. Everybody. No, you can't come to my house. No, no, we can't go out. We can't have dinner. We can't do none of that. Everybody is suspect. No, you can't pick me up. Mm-mm. Because you might pick me up and take me to the point of no return. No. It's just so much craziness. So when I saw that, and they didn't show it, but the news reporter said that in court, you know how they ask you if you want to say any final words or whatever. What he said, oh my goodness, and this is just so sad. It really speaks to what he was doing. I think he felt it, and what he said is he was sad because he has stood in that position in that courtroom to convict people, um, to fight for people's cases, and now he's standing there and he's now being convicted and having to go to prison, and he said he was sad about that. Please learn from these stories if you're running for office or if you're in office. All eyes are on you. It may not seem like it, and some of the people that's funneling this money and all this stuff to you, they're working for somebody else. So be very careful. But yeah, Kenneth Ravenel, that's sad. That's like, I don't know. I never met him, but he was in front of the camera so much. I feel like I know him. It was like Catherine Pugh. I don't think I've met her in person, but I was like really sad when she got locked up. But y'all, tomorrow is community church. We're at the downtown Cultural Arts Center, 401 North Howard Street in Baltimore at 11 o'clock. Make sure you come. Let me make sure I got everything that was in my notes. Um, oh, and if you live in Baltimore, the other thing was that the Basilica closed today. I don't know if they're going to be closed tomorrow, but they closed today because they were concerned about the protests. Because now everybody's protesting over this Roe versus Wade. So, um, look out for that. But anyway, I think that was it. I am done. Um, what is this right here? Police search for parents of a 7-year-old child found Friday morning. Police Baltimore County Police are trying to find the parents and guardians of Malik Matthews. Police officers said they found a 7-year-old child Friday morning. Anyone with information, please call the police 410-887-0220 or you can dial 410-307-2020. So parents don't know that their children are missing now? What is going on? I'm getting ready to turn this live off and go pray. Did you wake up and not know that your child was missing? Or you done went through the whole day and you didn't know your child was missing? Leave drugs alone, please. Please. Normally, we read that the parent is looking for the child because somebody has taken them or something has happened. This thing says police are searching for the parents of the 7-year-old that they found on Friday morning. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If Jesus don't hurry up and come back, we're gonna self-destruct. It's just no other way to put it. Because people have just lost all their senses. And they used to say growing up, I think it was the Negro College Fund, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I see so many people wasting these great minds that they have. How do you go through the day? Or how did you wake up this morning and you didn't report your child missing? I'm done. I'm really, really done. Now that right there, I'm done. I'm done. Because the child was the child missing yesterday? Did you put the child in the bed? And when you woke up this morning, did you not notice that your 7-year-old wasn't in the house? Y'all didn't report it? Y'all, let me turn this camera off because I'm done. Dorothy said, hopefully this will into a better make us into better people and making better choices. Let's pray for the brothers. And then she says, here we go again. Y'all, let me tell you something. And I know the things I'm talking to are not just limited to Baltimore City. This is all over the place. This is worldwide. But that story right there, I gotta stay on top of that to see if the parents woke up. Maybe the parents are still asleep. Maybe they don't know another day has come and gone and that their child is missing. Jesus, please. Every day I just say, Lord, be a fence. because I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up. It's two people in the world that I don't like people messing with, and that's children and the elderly. And I'm going to add the homeless on that list too, because all three of them are vulnerable. But when you, as a parent, don't know that your child is missing, that's a problem. Not that the child is 20, 18, 19, 17. Your child is 7. And you didn't realize that your child was missing? Good night, everybody. Because I'm done. I'm going to end on that. I'm done. I'm let me just give the number in case y'all locate this child's parents. The child's name is Malik Matthews, and he's 7 years old. I thought it was a picture on here. And if you have any information in Baltimore City about his parents, maybe they're still asleep. Maybe they don't know that another day has come and gone. The phone number is 410-887-0227. This is to reach the police, because I guess he's probably at um CPS now. Or you can call 410-307-2020. And if you know Malik Matthews' parents, can you let them know that their child is missing? Lord Jesus. I think maybe you might be able to see his picture. I don't know. Let me see if I can hold it up on the camera on my phone. That's Malik Matthews. Exactly, John. Exactly. They're going to send them right back into that madness. This is why we have a lot of children that's going through abuse. That's a whole nother subject. Poor thing. You handsome little boy. Let me see if I can matter of fact, let me do this real quick before y'all go. I'm talking about before y'all go. Before I go, because I want to put his picture up so you can really get a good look at him. If you locate his parents, please let them know that the police have their son. Let me go in here. It's just really sad. I mean, sometimes I think that people are just so messed up. Like they're so messed up. But how do you not know that your child is missing? I was just hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. But I wanted to put this picture up, so I want y'all to remember, and if you could just share the picture to let the when we say let the parents know, well, let the parents know too, but let people know that if they happen to see, yeah, I'll put it right here. If they happen to see if you know this little boy, and you know their parents, please, and I'm going to keep up with it to see if he's been found or located, or or you might be a family member. Let me put his picture up. You might be a family member and didn't know that his parents are missing. So here he is right here. He's a cute little boy. Oh my goodness, he's adorable. Um, so yes, his name is Malik Matthews. He is 7 years old. And if you know where his parents are, Lord Jesus, help us. Please let them know that he is in the custody of the police, and I'm pretty sure CPS. or if you're a family member, um, his parents are missing. I feel so crazy saying that. His parents are missing. So that's him. That's the picture that the police are circulating right now. And John said adorable will foster him. Yeah, yeah. So that's Malik Matthews, everybody. Yeah, I'm done now. Like that right there. You don't know your child is missing. Lord help us. So anyway, if you come to community church tomorrow, you're gonna hear a whole bunch tomorrow that should help you to understand why things are happening the way that they are happening right now. You if you're not able to come in person, you most certainly can watch us live. If you go to What Up Baltimore TV, you'll be able to watch us live. We're there from 11 to 12:30. And if you want to come in person, you're welcome to come in person. Come as you are. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to be affiliated to a church. I'm not there pushing. Um, uh, um, I know I do the baptisms online, but I'm not there, pushing baptisms and all of that. And you got to be of this faith and that faith. I'm not doing that. I'm strictly there to help people to get back to God and to because we've gone through a pandemic and so much is going on, but to strictly help you to get back to God and to get your life back together because this is about you and your well being. And a lot of times, if you don't understand why you're acting the way that you're acting, you continue to repeat the pattern. So, we're dealing with topics and issues that will really cause you to think about what you're doing and why you've been acting the way that you act. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. And so I hope that you come out. Everything's at the bottom of the ticker tape. Malik Matthews, I hope your parents find you. I really do, buddy. I hope so. You're a handsome young man, and I hope if things don't work out for him, I hope he gets with people who will love him and take care of him like he needs to be loved. He's only 7 years old, and there's no reason why he should be at a police station or CPS tonight. It's just, oh man, it's just absolutely no reason. Tomorrow's topic that the community church is operating on empty. I'm about to blow. All right. So everybody have a great night. Have a good night. My name is Dr. Lady J. This story with little Malik has just made me want to get off of here and go pray for his parents that they will wake up and know that their child is not home. All right, everybody. Have a good night. And hopefully I will either see you on the screen virtually or you'll be there live. Okay? All right.